Hello, you're watching Fishing in Germany, and this video I want to show you a cool feeding rig that I found for carp. I came across a video showing this. Recently a friend of mine was telling me he had a lot of luck catching some really big carp using Frolic dog food. Now, this is a cheap dog food from Lidl or stores like that. €2 or €3 a bag like this. And we have these round pieces of dog food that carp love. A lot of fish like them. I've noticed today I used it. The line was constantly getting little tiny bites. Probably a lot of the small bait fish biting at it. Anyway, what you need is some kind of rubber band, the Frolic, sugar cubes, a knife is going to be helpful, and a baiting needle. What I do is I attach it to a feeder cage. But once you see how this works, there's probably other setups that you can figure out ways to attach it to. And the idea of this is I'm going to put several of these Frolics on the rubber band that's attached to the cage, and the sugar cube holds them as a stopper. And that's going to dissolve in the water. I haven't timed how fast it works, but I've noticed after letting my line sit for 10-15 minutes, it's usually gone. But either way, where you're casting, that bait's going to all fall around your hook. I'll do a separate video showing how I use the hair rig for the Frolic, because if you try using just a normal baiting needle without drilling it, you're going to just split them every time. So I'll do a separate video on that, and I'll put the link in the end of this video. So let's get to the this rig. Really, really simple. What I first do is attach this rubber band to my cage feeder. So I'm just going to loop it through. Size of the rubber band doesn't really matter. The bigger, the more you can fit on, of course. So I got something like that stretched out. And now I'll put as many of these Frolics as I can on my baiting needle. I think I can fit 4 on this. 3 actually. I grab the rubber band with my barb. Try that again. And drop them all through. And I still got room for a couple more, so I'm going to just grab the end with my finger, pierce my finger, and throw a couple more on. Alright, now I'm going to just leave that needle in to hold it in place. You see how they are. Now the next step is the sugar cube. What I found works is just cut a small groove around it, at least on 3 sides, so that rubber band doesn't slip off. Alright, so I pull that end of the rubber band and slip that in there. That holds it in place. And I mean, I found this concept really good because I'm fishing on rivers usually. Right now the current's pretty slow, but on a river you think you're throwing food in and it's washing down river, which will attract fish down river. But this is a good way to just get it right next to your line, right where your hook is. And normally I'm using this setup. I also put some food in the feeder, and on my cage feeder I hook it up like normal, where I'll put a hair rig with a piece of Frolic at the end as well. And I've only got the chance to use this a couple times lately. It was just till yesterday I caught a carp, and it's been a couple months. It was really hot here, so they just weren't biting. So I just started to use this today. I had one bite, and it was a big one, I guess, so it broke my hook link on the first bite before I could even grab the pole. But I'll be back over the next couple days trying this rig out some more. Seems like a pretty good idea. What I'm also going to do is throw this in a cup of water, just to give an idea of how long it takes for the sugar cube to dissolve. I guess if there's more current, it'll go faster. But I'll put that in the description just to give you guys an idea of how long your line's going to be out there until these are off the cage feeder. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll do the video now of how I rig it on a hair rig.